the man no one noticed. Thomas Hart lived a life so quiet that most people forgot he existed. Every morning at 6:15 a.m., he walked to the same small cafe, ordered the same black coffee, and sat at the same corner table by the window. He wore simple gray coats, never flashy, never new. His shoes were polished but old. His phone was outdated. His voice was soft. To the world, he was a retired schoolteacher living on a pension. To his daughter Evelyn, he was the safest place on earth. What no one knew, what no one ever suspected, was that Thomas Hart controlled financial systems across continents. Shell companies, trusts, foundations, assets hidden behind layers of anonymity so deep even governments failed to trace them. A man worth over $1 trillion. Who chose to live like he had nothing? Because wealth, to him, was power. And power attracted danger. So he hid. Daughter raised in light, not gold. Evelyn Hart grew up in a small house with chipped paint and creaky floors. She wore second-hand clothes. She packed simple lunches. She never once asked why her father refused birthday parties or new cars. "Why don't we live like other people, Dad?" she once asked as a child. Thomas smiled and knelt beside her. "Because happiness isn't loud," he said. "And the loudest things are often the most empty." That sentence shaped her life. Evelyn grew into a woman who noticed pain others ignored. She smiled easily, forgave quickly, loved deeply. And that kindness would one day cost her everything. The man she married. Ryan Cole entered Evelyn's life like a dream. Charming, ambitious, handsome. He said all the right things. "I love how humble you are," he told her. "I don't need money. I just want a peaceful life." Thomas watched Ryan carefully. Not with suspicion, but with hope. Before the wedding, Thomas pulled Ryan aside. "I don't have much," he said calmly. "But my daughter is priceless. Protect her." Ryan smiled confidently. "Of course, sir." Thomas nodded. He did not reveal the truth. He never planned to. Pregnancy and the first cracks. Evelyn discovered she was pregnant on a quiet Sunday morning. Ryan stared at the test strip. "Are you sure now is the right time?" he asked. Her smile faltered. "You said you wanted a family." "I do," Ryan replied, forcing a smile. "Eventually." From that day, something shifted. Late nights. Short tempers. Excuses that didn't add up. And then came the phone calls Ryan took outside. Death comes softly. Thomas Hart died quietly in his sleep. No pain. No hospital drama. Just a heart that decided it was time. At the funeral, only a handful of people attended. No dignitaries. No billionaires. No black SUVs. Just rain. Silence. And a pregnant daughter standing alone. Evelyn held herself together until she saw Ryan texting. That's when she understood. She had already lost him. Your father left nothing. 3 days later, Ryan dropped the divorce papers on the kitchen table like trash. I'm done, he said. Evelyn stared. I'm pregnant. I know, Ryan snapped. And I'm not spending my life struggling. He scoffed. Your father lived poor. Died poor. Left you nothing. I'm not signing up for that future. Her hands shook. Where will I go? Ryan hesitated only briefly. You'll figure it out. Vanessa, the mistress, was waiting downstairs in a red dress. Ryan didn't look back. Alone with a heartbeat inside her. Evelyn moved into a small apartment with peeling walls and a leaking faucet. She sold her wedding ring. She cried at night but never in front of anyone. She worked at a library during the day and volunteered at a soup kitchen on weekends. Even pregnant. People pitied her. She smiled anyway. Because her father's voice echoed inside her. Kindness is the one thing the world can't take from you. The letter. 2 months later, a black luxury car parked outside her building. A man in a suit stepped out. Ms. Evelyn Hart? He handed her an envelope sealed in wax. Inside was her father's handwriting. My sweet girl. If you're reading this, I couldn't protect you anymore. I'm sorry you had to suffer. I hid the truth so you could grow free. Everything I built is yours. But promise me, stay kind. The world will test you. Attached documents followed. Numbers so large her hands trembled. $1.2 trillion. Evelyn sat down on the floor. Not screaming. Not laughing. Just whispering. Dad. The world explodes. The news broke within weeks. The silent trillionaire's heiress revealed. Ryan saw it on television. His face drained of color. That's my ex-wife. Vanessa screamed. Ryan drove to Evelyn's apartment in panic. I made a mistake, he begged. I didn't know. Evelyn looked at him calmly. You knew who I was when I had nothing. She closed the door. The choice that defined her. Evelyn didn't destroy Ryan. She didn't humiliate him. She funded orphanages, schools, hospitals. She helped single mothers. She changed lives. And when Ryan lost everything, she paid his rent anonymously. Her assistant asked, why help him? Evelyn smiled softly. Because bitterness ends with me. The birth that changed everything. The night Evelyn went into labor, the city was unusually quiet. Rain tapped gently against the hospital windows as she lay gripping the sheets, sweat on her forehead, tears slipping silently down her temples. She was alone. No husband. No father. Only memories, and a heartbeat monitor echoing life. A nurse squeezed her hand. You're doing amazing, she whispered. At 3:17 a.m., a cry pierced the room. A baby girl. Perfect. Tiny. Alive. Evelyn sobbed as they placed the child on her chest. Hello, my love, she whispered. I promise, you will never feel unwanted. In that moment, Evelyn realized something profound. She hadn't lost everything. She had gained purpose. The world watches her rise. Within months, Evelyn Hart became a name whispered across boardrooms and broadcasted across global news. But she never appeared in diamonds or flashy gowns. She wore soft colors. Simple dresses. Calm smiles. Journalists called her the gentle trillionaire. She refused interviews. Instead, she opened schools in villages no maps bothered to name. She funded hospitals where hope had died years earlier. She created foundations for abandoned women and children. When asked why she gave so quietly, she replied only once. My father taught me that real power doesn't announce itself. Ryan's life falls apart. Ryan's world collapsed faster than he ever imagined. The company he worked for cut ties after the scandal. Friends disappeared. Vanessa drained his remaining savings, then vanished. One night, drunk and desperate, Ryan screamed into the empty apartment. I was supposed to live a rich life. But the truth hit him like ice. He had traded love for illusion. And lost both. The envelope with no name. One morning, Ryan found an envelope slipped under his door. Inside was a check. Enough to cover rent. Utilities. Food. No name. No message. But he knew. He fell to his knees, shaking. She's helping me, he whispered. After everything. For the first time in his life, Ryan cried, not from loss, but from shame. Vanessa's regret. Vanessa saw Evelyn on a charity broadcast. Not glamorous. Not arrogant. Just peaceful. Vanessa threw the remote across the room. She won, she hissed. But deep down, she knew. Evelyn hadn't won because of money. She had won because she never became cruel. The letter from the past. Years later, Evelyn found another letter hidden in her father's old book. One day, someone who hurt you will need your kindness. That moment will define who you are. Evelyn closed the book gently. She understood now. A meeting long overdue. Ryan requested a meeting. Evelyn agreed on one condition. No apologies, she said. No excuses. They met in a quiet park. Ryan looked older. Smaller. I don't deserve forgiveness, he said. Evelyn nodded. You're right. He flinched. But I hope you live better, she continued. For our child's sake. That mercy crushed him more than anger ever could. Teaching her daughter the truth. One evening, Evelyn's daughter asked, Mommy, where is my daddy? Evelyn knelt and smiled gently. He made mistakes, she said softly. But mistakes don't define a person forever. And Grandpa? Evelyn's eyes glistened. He believed in kindness more than anything. The final act of grace. Years later, Ryan fell seriously ill. Medical bills crushed him. A private hospital admitted him under a donor's name. The best care. The best doctors. When he asked who paid, the nurse only smiled. Someone who wishes you peace. Ryan stared at the ceiling, tears streaming. I understand now, he whispered. Legacy of light. Evelyn Hart never spoke badly about Ryan. Never bragged about her wealth. Never stopped being kind. Her daughter grew up watching her mother save lives, not with power, but with compassion. And the world learned something quietly profound. Backhand index pointing right money reveals who you are. Backhand index pointing right pain tests who you are. Backhand index pointing right kindness proves who you are.